To quote Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. This wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last, likely, that Elon Musk makes a comment or posts on social media that he then has to backtrack. It's rarer to hear regret from Elon Musk. And the reason there is a key difference here is he wasn't taking on regulators, he wasn't taking on Democrats, he wasn't taking on, quote, the woke. He was taking on the most powerful man in the world, Donald Trump. This, of course, the breakdown and the news story of last week, sparked by Elon Musk's long-running, it has to be said, long-running concerns about the size of the government, about the deficit, and about the debt, which, in the whole, a number of economists support that level of concern. But it was that led to the spectacular breakdown in relationships between the world's wealthiest man and the world's most powerful last week. And now Elon Musk is walking this back. Why? He faces significant financial risks from taking on prolonging this spat with President Trump. Cathie Wood, ARK Investment founder, who I spoke to yesterday, talked about the fact that she thinks she's been in a long time back of Elon Musk. She says he did go too far, and she underscored the risks to his business, whether it's SpaceX, which relies on $22 billion of federal contracts, whether it's Tesla and its robo-taxi plans, which rely on a regulatory environment that will be supportive to those non-driving or driverless cars, or whether it's Neuralink, his chip in the brain business, which will need approval from the FDA. So on all those fronts, his businesses face risks should this spat have gone and extended further.
Well, we are seeing shares of Tesla rising in the pre-market, so it seems to be giving some reprieve at the moment to some of his businesses. But this falling out seemed to be triggered by Musk's opposition to that signature tax and spending bill. Do we still think that was the crux of the disagreement between these two?
His concern, Elon Musk's concern about the deficit spending, about the build-up of government debt, and about the size and scale of the government has been long-running. He has, to be fair to Elon Musk, been very consistent on this topic. Reporting from us and elsewhere, and other news organizations suggest there was other things at play as well. There was tension over the way that DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency, was implementing its work. There was tensions with the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, again, according to reporting. So there may have been other factors at play, but what seems to be clear is that this was central to the breakdown relationships. The big, beautiful bill that President Trump is trying to push out, which, according to the forecasts, government forecasts in the US will expand that deficit and the overall debt load by potentially $3 to $4 trillion US dollars. That was central to the breakdown, even if there were other factors that had led to tension between the two men. And of course, Elon Musk signed huge checks, hundreds of millions of dollars, to fund the election campaign of President Trump. And he tweeted and put out social media posts last week saying that it was down to him that President Trump got elected. He's now saying he regrets some of those messages.